Nicolas Jackson dreams of following in Didier Drogba's footsteps and becoming a Chelsea legend. Prestige duel. Second place Chelsea face inconsistent Tottenham. Christian Romero is yet to fully recover. Ben Davies and Mickey van de Ven are out. Fabrizio Romano reveals Chelsea's January transfer predictions. Chelsea have the opportunity to sign Xavi Simons, who has been impressive for the past 2 seasons. Predicted starting 11th for Chelsea versus Tottenham. All the interesting stories, predictions, and highlights are here. Make sure you stay tuned. It's going to be a fun discussion. Nicolas Jackson has no doubts about setting big targets in his career. With full confidence, he emphasized his desire to follow in the footsteps of Didier Drogba, one of Stamford Bridge's greatest legends. I look at Chelsea's previous strikers. Drogba scored 10 goals in his first season, then almost left. But he stayed and became a legend. I'm sure I can do the same, said Jackson firmly. Brought in from Villarreal, Jackson immediately showed his capacity. He scored 17 goals in all competitions last season, including 14 goals in the Premier League. This impressive performance earned him a contract extension until 2033. This season, he has appeared more mature. In 13 Premier League matches, Jackson has scored 8 goals and provided 3 assists. His increasingly sharp performance silenced criticism of his finishing last season. Jackson himself admitted that Drogba was his inspiration. He learned from Drogba's struggles, who initially struggled at Chelsea, but later became a big icon of the club. However, Jackson is aware that the journey to achieving legendary status requires consistency and hard work. With his impressive performances and strong mentality, will Nicolas Jackson really become a new legend of Stamford Bridge? Time will tell. What is clear is that Chelsea fans are now more optimistic to see this young star continue to shine brightly. Prestigious match will be presented in the 15th week of the Premier League when Chelsea visits Tottenham Hotspur's headquarters. In their best form, the Blues are now sitting pretty in second place in the standings, while Spurs have again shown their inconsistency this season. This London derby promises a fierce battle. Tottenham, although inconsistent, often surprises with big wins over top teams. On the other hand, Chelsea appear solid, especially in away games, with a high-pressing strategy and man-to-man marking that makes it difficult for opponents to build attacks. However, Tottenham have deadly weapons in the front line, such as Dejan Kulusevski, whose speed and creativity have the potential to trouble Chelsea's defense. The key for the Blues is to maintain focus and discipline, especially when facing fast counter-attacks from the home team. Chelsea fans are optimistic that their favorite team can bring home a 3-1 victory. Tottenham have a playing style that suits Chelsea to exploit. I don't see how they can stop our attacks, especially with the injury problems they have, said a fan on social media. Will Chelsea's prediction of victory come true? Or will Spurs be able to surprise their supporters? All will be answered on the field in this hot London derby match. Tottenham Hotspur face a major defensive threat ahead of their London derby against Chelsea. Christian Romero, their mainstay defender, remains a doubt due to an injury that has not fully recovered. This condition further complicates the situation for Spurs, who are also without Ben Davies and Mickey van de Ven due to injuries. Manager Ange Postecoglou revealed that Romero is close to his best, but not yet fit enough to return to the pitch. He still doesn't feel 100%, but we are getting closer. If he feels he can help the team, I don't need to force him, said Postecoglou. Romero's absence, coupled with the injury crisis at the back, has forced Tottenham to consider emergency options. Youngsters such as Archie Gray may have to fill important positions in the back line. The crisis comes at an ideal time, especially as Chelsea are in the best form of the season. With 9 points from their last 3 games, the Blues are ready to exploit weaknesses in Tottenham's defense. Can Tottenham remain competitive amid the injury storm, or will Chelsea further consolidate their dominance? This London derby is not only a fierce rivalry, but also a big test of Spurs' mental toughness. Fabrizio Romano has revealed his predictions regarding Chelsea's movements in the upcoming January transfer market. According to Romano, Cesare Casade is the player most likely to leave Stamford Bridge. Casade, who joined from Inter Milan in 2022 for £12.6 million, has struggled to break into Chelsea's first team. So far, the 21-year-old has only appeared in domestic and European Cup competitions, without playing minutes in the Premier League. The situation has made a number of clubs, including Feyenoord, reportedly interested in bringing him in. Apart from Casadei, Romano also mentioned Carney Chukwuemeka as another candidate to leave. The young English player has rarely played this season, making his chances of staying at Chelsea increasingly slim. Chelsea are predicted to use the January transfer market to streamline the squad while opening up space for potential new recruits. With Chelsea's impressive performance, which is now in second place in the Premier League standings, this step is considered strategic to maintain the momentum of Enzo Maresca's team. Will Casadei and Chukwuemeka find a new home? Or will Chelsea make a bigger overhaul than expected? January will be an interesting moment to look forward to. Chelsea has a great opportunity to secure the signature of Xavi Simons, a talented attacking midfielder from the Netherlands. PSG is reportedly willing to release the young player permanently in the upcoming transfer market. Simons performed impressively during his loan spells at PSV Eindhoven and RB Leipzig, recording a total of 26 goals and 24 assists in the last 2 seasons. However, his impressive performances have not been enough for PSG to include him in their long-term plans. PSG's decision has opened up opportunities for big European clubs, including Chelsea, to recruit Simons. With his extraordinary technical ability and sharp playing vision, he is believed to be a valuable addition to the Blues' on-fire attack line under Enzo Maresca. Chelsea, who are currently sitting in second place in the Premier League standings, are predicted to be aggressive in the January transfer market in order to maintain their positive momentum. Simons is also considered an ideal prospect who can bring new creativity and dynamics to Stamford Bridge. Will Xavi Simons choose to join Chelsea and become part of this club's big project? The upcoming January transfer market will answer that. Paul Merson predicts Chelsea will beat Tottenham Hotspur in this weekend's London derby. In his column for Sportskita, Merson predicts a 3-1 win for Chelsea, although he admits there are concerns about the chances they will give away against Southampton. Chelsea have better players in almost every position than Tottenham, but they need to improve their defensive sloppy form, said Merson. Chelsea, under Enzo Maresca, are in top form and sit second in the table. In contrast, Tottenham, who are currently 10th, must quickly find consistency if they are to improve their season under manager Ange Postecoglou. Despite speculation over Postecoglou's future, recent reports suggest that Tottenham have no plans to replace the Australian coach. However, the pressure to win is still on, especially against a team as big as Chelsea. Chelsea are set to put their full strength into the London derby against Tottenham Hotspur. After a 5-1 win over Southampton, Enzo Maresca is expected to bring back a number of key players to the starting 11s to maintain the team's positive momentum. Under the crossbar, Robert Sanchez will again be the main choice. The defense is expected to be strengthened by Levi Colwill and Wesley Fofana as a central defender duo, with Marc Cucurella, who is consistent on the left side, and Malo Gusto on the right, replacing the injured Reece James. In midfield, the combination of Moises Caicedo and Romeo Lavia is expected to be able to maintain the balance of the game. The two will face Tottenham's creative attacking midfielder, James Maddison. Despite his brilliant performance against Southampton, Enzo Fernandez is predicted to return to the bench for this match. In the attacking sector, Cole Palmer and Jadon Sancho will support Nicolas Jackson, who is Chelsea's mainstay front line. With a record of 8 goals in the Premier League this season, Jackson is expected to be able to exploit the gaps in Tottenham's defense, which is crippled by the injury crisis. Against an inconsistent Tottenham side missing several key defenders, Chelsea have a great chance to continue their winning run. Will the Blues exploit their opponent's weaknesses and take home the 3 points? This derby will be a big test of Chelsea's consistency at the top of the standings. Former Tottenham Hotspur manager Harry Redknapp has given his optimistic view on Chelsea's chances in the Premier League title race this season. Despite sitting in second place, 7 points behind Liverpool, who are firmly at the top, Redknapp sees rapid development in Enzo Maresca's team. Chelsea are now playing solidly and consistently. Under Maresca, they have found a very competitive rhythm. If they continue to play like this, the title is not impossible, said Redknapp. However, he also warned of the big challenges ahead, one of which is the derby against Tottenham Hotspur. Spurs are always tough opponents, especially in a derby like this. I predict the match will end in a 2-2 draw, he added. Redknapp also praised Maresca's rotation strategy, which has succeeded in maintaining the fitness of key players such as Cole Palmer and Moises Caicedo. According to him, flexibility in the lineup gives Chelsea a distinct advantage. With a busy schedule and increasingly tight competition, can Chelsea maintain their performance and really challenge Liverpool at the top of the standings? Fans will certainly hope that the Blues can continue to advance towards glory.